Not yet.
Oh, is it?
It's now. It's now.
Okay. Hello, everyone, and welcome to tonight's live unboxing of the Nintendo Switch that I just bought. We've got Sean on the camera there with the microphone.
Hello.
Sean, who you might remember from the HE560 unboxing. So let's get right to it. This is a live unboxing. As always, there is a live chat. There are comments. I'm going to ask Sean to be so kind as to read out the comments of his choosing, so he will be the gatekeeper between me and the ravenous fans, the adoring fans who must know what's inside a Switch box. Okay, so this is the Nintendo Switch, the neon color. I bought this today. If you have any questions about it, please pop them in the live chat. But here we go. Alright, I'm going to open it. Oh, there we go. So Sean was a bit skeptical of the neon color. He said he didn't quite like it in person. Now here is my immediate impression is, number one, this is much smaller than I thought it was going to be. Because I'm coming from a Wii U gamepad, which I just traded in today for the Switch. This is dramatically smaller than I expected. When you saw, because this is the first time I've seen one.
Yeah.
Seen actual Switch hardware. Have you seen it? You've seen it before.
I've played Mario Kart on this.
Were you surprised at the size?
No, I wasn't. I've seen it live. I've seen it in the wild as well. Saw someone playing it while crossing the street, and saw someone playing it on the train.
I've got to say though, one thing that's slightly distressing me at this point, there is no plastic wrap on this screen, which upsets me because I was going to put a screen protector on it right now, and there's no like wrap that I peel off immediately and put on a screen protector. This is actually a very simple unboxing. Like, I didn't expect it to be
this simple.
So simple. And we got the Joy-Con here, the Joy-Con there. They're called Joy-Cons, right?
Yep.
I searched Joy-Con today on EB Games and it didn't turn up any results, so I was wondering if I was spelling it incorrectly or something. And then what? They just click in?
Don't remember.
That feels... Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
That spring loading is nice.
Yeah.
Oh, let's get that again.
Like, the only thing I remember is that when I was playing Mario Kart, every now and then, because I was using the left Joy-Con, it would get stuck steering in one direction because the left Joy-Con is pretty terrible otherwise. So those...
Okay, so this was what I was confused about. I saw this earlier. Can you explain this to me, Sean? What are these?
So those are the shoulder buttons once you unhook the Joy-Con. So you slide it on top of the Joy-Con and that becomes your shoulder button and wrist strap.
Okay, so you're saying that if I press this is so I'm just no manual here. We're just gonna live dangerously. Okay, yep, I guessed correctly. That button detaches it. You're saying that this goes on top of that when I want to use it as a single controller. Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Is there two of these in the box?
That should be, I think.
Yes, there's a second one in the box. There we go. Okay. So helpful to have someone who knows a bit more about the Switch hardware than I do.
And that's the limit of my knowledge.
I bought this for Splatoon, really. Like, I really did buy this for Splatoon because I liked it so much. Of course, that's launching in about a week. I also got Zelda today as well. Of course, that's the one game that everyone's getting. I read yesterday that apparently the Switch, at least in Japan, is outselling every other console combined, which I think is hopefully a positive thing for the for future games on the platform. We will see. But if not, I will just enjoy it for Splatoon.
Yep.
You're saying I put that on top of there, and then you got the two shoulder buttons. And yeah, I can see why everyone says that this is not ergonomically ideal.
Oh no, definitely not.
Okay, would I be using... I'm meant to be using this as the left controller.
Yes.
And left thumb on the analog stick.
Mm-hmm.
What is it on most game consoles? Is it like that on most game consoles?
Yep.
Left thumb?
Yep.
Okay. This is...
That is true, Raymond. Still not many games. We literally got it just for Splatoon at this moment.
So, what I would ask you to do, Sean, if you would be so kind, is to read out the comments as you respond to them, so that I know.
So Raymond Fung said, not many games.
Yeah, not many games. The games that I really want right now, I'll get Zelda. I'm gonna get Splatoon. I Am Setsuna. I haven't played on any platform. Kind of interested in the Bomberman, but I'm going to wait for that on sale.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to see what comes in. Of course, we're going to get Skyrim, because you have to get Skyrim for every platform. Sean, what did you get today?
I got exactly the same thing you did, except the grey.
Cool. And then, did you pre-order anything? You didn't.
No, I pre-ordered some Amiibo.
So we got our HDMI cable.
Oh yeah, Lachlan, what Amiibo did you pre-order today?
I pre-ordered the Splatoon Inkling Girl.
Yay!
Yay!
Alright.
I'm hoping that there are... So I'm going to put this out here. I think both Pearl and Marie are fine. Okay? I think Pearl is exactly the kind of character she needs to be. Like an obnoxious, like, bratty pop star. And I appreciate that about her. And I'm not going to diss her because of that. Okay? And hopefully there will be Pearl and Marie amiibo. So
Marina is best girl. Marina, Lachlan.
Marina, sorry, Marie. It's confusing. What do you think the European versions will be?
Don't know. Disrupt Farm asked what games did you get?
So, I got Zelda Breath of the Wild. I pre-ordered Splatoon, which is coming out on the 21st, but tomorrow is the global test fire in Australia from 8 AM to 12 PM, so I will be hopping in on that and trying that out. We were speculating as to whether or not this would be included in the package, and it has indeed.
From memory, while I was looking at the EB Games website, the SNES Mini did not come with the AC adapter included.
I find that very bizarre.
The new 3DS also does not come with the AC adapter included, and I believe that's the way it's done in Japan.
HDMI, I'm so sorry. Have not received a comment about my pronunciation of H on the 990H review today, which is kind of cool. This is the little Batman thing.
The Batarang.
The thing. Apparently there's a charger version. Now, I know that a lot of people would want a charger version that has a battery, but would it make it heavier is my concern. So I haven't tried it together. God, that feels nice.
Does it?
That really does feel nice. You're gonna give it a go in a second, but you know, we could basically do 2 unboxings in a row.
We could.
For those of you who missed it, here's another one. Because Sean also voice switched today. So it's sort of like a peer pressure situation we've got going. That feels... I don't like where it's forcing me to put these fingers.
Yep.
Yeah, it doesn't feel perfect, but it'll do. It'll do, I think, until I get a Pro Controller, if I get a Pro Controller. But,
So this seems like it would be more in line with getting a Pro Controller, like, in terms of ergonomics.
Yeah, it seems pretty terrible. I will probably still end up using the, most of all, I'll probably still, because, you know, the reason why I traded in my Wii U is because I very rarely end up going downstairs to where the TV is, to where the consoles are, because I just, you know, I like gaming just lying in bed, right? I'm very, very lazy when it comes to that. So I've used the Vita a lot, just lying in bed, and this is also what appealed to me about the Switch.
Doesn't look like your right is all the way down.
No. Is this gap meant to be like that?
I think so.
That's funny.
So sure. Let's have a look at the gap.
So if we look closely at the thing, there's this little gap here, which I didn't know.
Mm-hmm. Which you can clearly see on the left side.
Yeah.
Right there, yep.
And we got the, assume that's...
The plus and minus, the
and minus.
home and select buttons.
Wow, it's so funny. Is this the first Nintendo console I've seen where these things are not labelled?
Maybe. I don't know. Click in your analog sticks. It's a portable with clickable analog sticks.
Yep. I like how they silkscreen the letters here, but they didn't silkscreen the directional buttons. I wonder why they didn't go with D-pad. Why do you think they didn't go with D-pad?
Probably for space reasons.
Okay, and then we got the cooling vents at the back. Go into the light, you'll probably see them better. And the kickstand, which apparently is not good. But we will out. Yeah, it kicks into one angle, which is apparently not particularly friendly.
It's not too bad.
It's not too bad on this elevation. If I had it here, yes.
Yeah, that would be terrible.
That's really terrible for desktop use. But luckily I have this, so I could technically display like this for a bit. And then what? It's like 5-inch screen. And then we got the dock here, I assume. So let's put this down. So we got the dock. Let's see how it works in that. Is that what I'm meant to be doing? I'm dreadfully afraid of smashing this display.
Why don't you put the stand back first?
Yeah.
First day of having a Switch and you snap the stand off wouldn't be good.
And then it goes in like that?
Mm-hmm.
That's it? There's no click?
I don't know.
Evidently not. It doesn't click in. It just kind of slides in. Okay.
That's a bit disconcerting.
Oh, I see how it works. So the inside mechanism slides down and it exposes the middle connector, which plugs into the thing, which probably explains why there's no click, because there's not going to be any click in a USB-C connector. Can you connect this? You can charge this via USB-C, I'm assuming?
I'm assuming so, since there should be a charging...
I literally had a USB-C cable here. Yes. And then I have a charger here. Yes. Sony charger, I'm going to... No, wait.
Yes, you can charge by chargers because...
I was going to say I'm going to plug a Sony charger into the Switch and then it'll murder it.
Ego170 says, get a screen protector for that so you don't ruin your screen.
I did indeed get a screen protector today.
Right there.
Thank you, Ego. I got this tempered glass screen protector that EB was selling. EB Games Electronics Boutique, probably better known as GameStop in America. I think this is their in-house brand. So after we're going to finish this video, we're going to apply this. Oh, it's turning on. Oh, it's so exciting.
So yeah, you can use your USB-C charging.
So yes, it is charging it. I'm surprised it turns on because I started charging it though. It's not necessarily the behavior I wanted. Okay, so this is pretty much it. I'm not going to necessarily go for the setup process now because it's not going to be the most interesting thing, and I am anxious to get that screen protector on it.
So are you going to show us how to put the screen protector on?
No, because there's already too much to go wrong when I put a screen protector on. But I will include a link to a really useful guide to do it. So the trick with the screen protectors that I learned is you do it in a cloudy bathroom, like a steamy bathroom. You run the hot water, you make it nice and cloudy, settles the dust in the room. You also use painter's tape to tape over the hinge of the screen protector so it falls like a sheet. So what you do is once you're ready, you can just let go and it will fall into place. And because of that kind of impact, it'll disperse the air out, and that really helps eliminate the bubbles. Because the bubbles are caused by dust, most of all, dust and dust. So you just want to avoid dust. So that's what we're going to do. Thank you so much for joining in on the live unboxing, and I will see you guys later with some more impressions of the Switch.
All right, see ya.
Bye. Thanks, Sean.